If you're in southern Utah, you're definitely not going to see elk out on the ice, unfortunately, but you will see clear skies and a beautiful sunset. It's about to go down behind those mountains at our Black Desert Resort Skycam. It'll make for a nice sunset. Up here in the north, though, if you want to see elk in the ice, this is going to be the place to be. Park City Mountain. See, we already have snow showers rolling through the higher elevations in the Wasatch Mountains, and we even have a little bit on valley floors along the Wasatch Front as well. Let's push this in a little further. There's where we're seeing that snow in the mountains from the mountains east of Ogden all the way down to the Wasatch Mountains, and the radar isn't picking up on the snow that we saw in Park City very well. That is just because the mountains kind of block that radar signal. And that's going to continue pushing on through the rest of tonight and into tomorrow. Here's a live view of Ogden. This is sunset just south of Ogden. And you can see this snow right up there in the mountains east of Ogden as it continues to push further south. Eventually, it'll reach us here in Salt Lake City. By 7 o'clock tonight, we'll be at mostly cloudy skies with temperatures right around 30 degrees. Midnight will drop to 26 degrees, and that's about the time we'll start seeing snow, if not an hour or two earlier. And then in the early morning hours, that's the best chance for precipitation. 23 degrees at 5 a.m. with that chance of snow holding on for parts of the Wasatch Front. Not everywhere in the Wasatch Front will see snow at the same time. It's pretty dry, this system, and so it's going to be isolated. Now, we could also see a little bit of lake effect snow. Models are picking up on it. You have this really cold northerly air going over the warmer lake, and the moisture can drop over the Salt Lake Valley, Tooele, Rush Valleys, really anywhere between Bountiful and the Salt Lake Valley, maybe even Utah Valley from Utah Lake, all have a chance of that lake effect snow. And then by tomorrow morning, the late morning, that should be clearing on out. And by the early evening, we're looking pretty dry statewide, but we could see a couple of flurries in some of the mountains. And then we have some lingering moisture that could spell a couple flurries for the northern mountains on Sunday, but nothing that's going to cause any type of headaches. Our snow accumulations are going to be light. The northern Wasatch Front has the least potential for that precipitation. And again, the areas where I mentioned where we could see that lake effect between Bountiful and Salt Lake, that's the best chance. Now, the northern valleys are going to get anywhere between nothing to an inch. But if we do get that lake effect, we could get up to 3 inches, maybe even 4 inches in some places. The mountains will be getting about 1 to 4 inches. And then the Oquirrh Mountains and the upper Cottonwoods will get anywhere between 4 and 8 inches. Again, depends on what that lake effect snow wants to do. And now behind this, we're going to have really cold temperatures. We have this Arctic air being dragged down from that low pressure system. And that's also, we were talking about the inauguration being cold. Well, it's over here. The eastern side of the country is going to be frigid. We have the mountains that are going to keep us warmer, but it's still going to be way too cold. And then we have another system that's going to drag even more colder air into the area by Monday. Luckily, by Tuesday, we finally start to warm back up. We are welcoming this high pressure system because we need those temperatures to get a little bit higher. Now, it's also going to be breezy, so the wind chill values are going to be really cold. I think that this particular model is being a little bit pessimistic. I'm an optimist, so I think it's going to be a few degrees warmer, the wind chill values. But it's getting my point across that it's going to be absolutely frigid. This is calling for single digits and sub-zero temperatures, negative 20s for southwest Wyoming, maybe even flirting with negative 30s in Rock Springs. Again, I think this is a pessimistic model, but it's still going to be cold regardless. You're going to want to bundle up. Regional forecast shows that tomorrow, a lot of us aren't even going to be able to break free of freezing, except down there in the south where it's typically warm. 50 degrees is the high tomorrow in St. George. And it is on a gradual cooling trend, 47 degrees for MLK Day with an overnight low on Monday, between Monday and Tuesday of 18 degrees. The rest of the week will be dropping to the 20s. The Wasatch Front, we have a couple of snow showers tomorrow. Won't have a huge impact. We don't break free of those 30s for a while, not until the weekend, really, where we finally hit 42 degrees on Friday. Very chilly.
Wow. That 42 is going to feel like a huge warm-up.
Yeah.